Till here, we have studied how electronic ignition system or program ignition system are work in case of the two-wheelers. Okay, so uh, from that we come across that CDI ignition system is not only the electronic ignition system, it also a program ignition system. Okay, so now we will see how actually a electronic ignition system look like in case of the four-wheeler. In this diagram, we can see there is a structure of electronic ignition system are shown, which is belongs to a four-cylinder SI engine. Okay, so this is our battery, that is power pack. In case of the car or four-wheeler or any kind of commercial vehicle which is run by gasoline as a fuel, in in those vehicle we are using a battery as a power source. But in case of the two-wheeler, somewhere we are using a battery as a source. In some cases we are using a AC generator as power source. Now here we are using the battery as a power source. Okay, and same way the battery giving the supply through ignition switch. Okay, after that it reaches to the ignition coil having number of turns, that is primary ignition coil having number of turns around 200 to 300 across the soft iron core. Okay, and it is going towards the amplifier over here, amplifier, or you can say it is a ECU or pulse pulse or we can say uh, pulse magnifier or pulse amplifier, which filter the pulses coming from the triggering unit, work on that pulses, or I meant to say process on that pulses, and taking a decision is one kind of a ECU. So this wire coming from the primary winding are inserting into the or going into the amplifier. So in case of the conventional battery ignition system, if you notice, this wire are not entering to the amplifier. There is no unit like amplifier or the ECU or ECU was present. Here we can see that there is a ECU is or amplifier is present. So this wire in case of the conventional battery ignition system was entering into the distributor. Okay, and it uh, continue with capacitor and earth to the vehicle body, and to that contact breaker there was one to that capacitor. Okay, this primary winding are directly into the distributor in series with the capacitor and going to vehicle earth and earth point, and to that capacitor we are connecting a contact breaker parallel. But here you can see there is no any contact breakers present. Okay, so this winding are ending here, are going here. Okay, after that it coming out here, this through point number 2 it is coming out here. Okay, and in between this 1 to 2 point there is a transistor. Okay, there is a transistor SCR is present. Point number 3 is nothing but the ignition switch, or through point number 3 we are getting a source of supply, or source of supply, or we can see it is a source to run an amplifier. Every ECU or every processing unit, its power source to work. So similarly at the point number 3 of amplifier we are getting a power from the battery. Okay, and this is point number 2 is common earth to that amplifier. After point number 4 and point number 5 it is coming from the pulse generator. That pulse generator in case of the electronic ignition system, as I told you, there are two type of pulse generator may use. One is the on the basis of the Hall effect, or another is on the basis of the inductive coil or inductive effect. Okay, so on the basis of one of them, a kind of pulse generator we are using inside the distributor, and it giving a pulse inside the amplifier. Not only those pulses are coming into the coming into your amplifier unit or AC unit, there are some more pulses may come. There are some more pins may present, like engine coolant temperature sensor, like engine RPM, like NOx sensors. Okay, or you can say throttle position sensor, like those input may also come into the amplifier or the ECU. Here we are just showing a limited input to this amplifier. Okay, and the thing need to be considered here, we are using a mechanical distribution system. Okay, here we are using a distribution system is mechanical. Okay, mechanical rotor is there which having the needle, and it's supposed to rotate and touch one by one each lead are coming, or each point coming from those cylinder. Okay, so this mechanical distribution is there, and even though those cylinder like structure, that is vacuum advanced method, and the centrifugal advanced method is completely mechanical one. So here triggering is electronic, advancement is mechanical, distribution is mechanical, but processing and triggering are take place electronic way. Okay, so this is electronic unit, no any mechanical contact breaker was present over here. Okay, on the basis of these pulses, this pulse input pulse from the other sensors like knock sensors, speed engine speed sensors, and throttle position sensors. Okay, on that basis this amplifier or ECU supposed to work and decide a proper triggering time. So on that basis it's supposed to trigger your this secondary primary winding. Okay, and that much high voltage gets supplied to the or supposed to induce into the secondary winding. Means initially only 12 volt supply is supposed to induce in your primary winding. Okay, it gets charged capacitor present over inside the ECU. As soon as right time come after the calculation of ECU, it trigger that capacitor, and the reverse discharge of capacitor take place into the primary winding. So that much high voltage get induced in the primary winding, and those uh, induce, or we can say those backflowing capacitor charge into primary winding responsible to induce high voltage into the secondary winding, and that respect to it distributed to your distributor at the head of the central rotor. And with respect to that time here distribution with respect to cylinder take place. So in that way here the thing of or we can say think of a step up that battery voltage, the think of triggering, okay, are take place as we are doing in previous case. Only the thing, the processing or the trigger point calculation is done into the ECU. Okay, now there are two things which we have to focus in case of the electronic initial system. One is a constant delay and another is a constant energy. I told you what is a constant delay. Delay is nothing but the time are available to charge and discharge our capacitor, or it is a time available to complete charging and discharging cycle of a capacitor. So as speed increases, the capacitor the time available or time offered to capacitor to charge up to its rated voltage, that is 400 volt, is very or it goes on decreasing, because our capacitor requires some charging time and discharging time. So whenever speed is increases, our capacitor timing the time available to charge the capacitor is goes on decreasing. Okay, and even though discharge time also increase, because before capacitor discharging completely, the power stroke get completed, or that compression stroke proceed further, or compression stroke after the compression stroke piston reaches a TDC. Okay, it moves somewhere half of the stroke, and after the spark may initiates, or piston or exhaust valve get open, and then also capacitor get not getting a sufficient time to make a complete discharge. Okay, so capacitor discharge and charging timing of this 400 volt is fixed. Okay, but with respect to increasing speed of the engine, capacitor not getting to have a complete charging and complete discharging. In that way we are we need to provide constant time. Okay, at the all rpm of engine. Okay, say if some for example 0.5 millisecond if required to charge, sorry, 0.5 second if required the capacitor to charge and discharge, then at all rpm it is not possible to have zero point 0.5 seconds. Okay, so to contribute or to spare that 0.5 second, we need to do something in advance. We have to trigger capacitor in advance. We have to trigger capacitor in advance in order to charge and the discharge, to start the charging and the discharging. So in that way these advanced mechanism are calibrated to have a constant way. And in another method, that is constant energy method, what happen here, we are just try to what we are just try to focus to have a constant energy supply through this primary circuit. I mean to say, in order to have such a supply, not constant, such a supply, they try to flow, or they try to allow such a supply across this primary winding. Okay, somewhere here capacitor may present. Okay, The triggering of track capacitor is take place by after calculation. This is not exact circuit present inside, but just the sake of time, imagine this thing. Okay, so inside the constant energy, in case of the constant energy type of electronic ignition system, they are they are allowed to vary a current flow through this primary circuit. For example, at 1000 rpm, okay, at 1000 rpm of our engine, the time available to get charge and get discharge to the capacitor is sufficient. When this rpm is increased to 2000, okay, there is chance of less time availability for charging and discharging cycle. So in that case, what we'll do, that ECU reduces the resistance present in this line. Okay, there is a variable resistance device present in between this line. So by adjusting the resistance of this circuit, okay, they are raising a current flow through this wire. This primary circuit means initially 4 ampere is going through this line. Now you are supposed to increase the speed, so now it is 5 ampere flowing through this line. Okay, so it increasing the current flow in such a manner our capacitor need to be a charge within a short time. Okay, so 5 ampere to 6 ampere, 6 ampere to 7 ampere, in that way. For example, we are supposed to enhance the rpm, enhance the rate of flow of current. Okay, rate of flow of electron, okay, by changing the resistance value. Okay, so in such a way capacitor get full charge with available time. So constant energy stored into the capacitor, like one constant energy stored into the capacitor in the given or in available time period. So in that way constant energy are working. Okay, so in that way the constant dwell and the constant energy electronic voltage or voltage supply system works in case of the electronic ignition system. Okay, now we will see a Hall effect sensor. Now we will see there is a different type of distributor are present on the basis of effect of triggering. Okay, there is a triggering or take place is contactless. So this is a distributor which is present in case of the Hall effect type of pulse generator. Okay, so this is a Hall effect pulse generator in which there is a distributor rotor, that needle I told you which rotating. Okay, this needle having edge here, this is the edge of that needle. Okay, this is the edge of this needle which is supposed to touch the lead which is coming into the distributor gap through these holes. Okay, with respect to each cylinder, the coil coming or high tension coil coming from the ignition coil, high tension wire coming from the ignition coil are supposed to enter here through this way. Okay, this is another end of the secondary winding. Okay, it is enter here and it is connect at this point. Okay, and through this point there is a metal needle is there which is visible over here, or this supposed to touch to each lead which is entering inside the distributor through this way. Okay, and it is further leads to the spark plug with respect to the each cylinder. Now this is a vacuum advancement system. Okay, similarly below this rotor there is a centrifugal advance mechanism also present. Now this is the vane. Okay, this is the half portion of this vane is cutted. There is a window inside this vane, the magnet is there. This is a permanent magnet. Okay, and this is a in between there is a air gap, and this is a Hall effect IC. As I told you, whenever this rotor is rotate, okay, this vane also rotate, the sometime this slotted portion come in front of this Hall effect IC, and sometimes this uncutted portion come in front of the Hall IC. So whenever this Hall effect IC kept in the field of magnetic, that time it developed the voltage. Okay, due to the Hall effect, okay, across the thickness. Okay, so due to that developed voltage, we are supposed to inform to ECU. Now triggering need to be take place, but then also triggering is not take place because at that time only triggering is not take place, but it get informed to ECU that piston reaches to TDC or it's supposed to end the compression stroke. So in that way your ECU start to processing that data with another data like throttle position sensor, like engine RPM, like NOx sensor input, like engine coolant temperature, and after that it start the triggering after those calculation. Only by have the input from this, it not start to have a that triggering or ignition action. Okay, so this is the advantage of this system. It is not only taking only one it is not taking only one input, it taking a number of input in order to have optimum ignition timing. Okay, so this is a Hall effect IC. Here the centrifugal mechanism, this centrifugal vacuum advanced method. After that, centrifugal mechanism is located over here only. uh, all those things that is advancement through vacuum, or the advancement through or we can say advancement through centrifugal arrangement, it is difficult to understand by the presentation. We must go through the video clip. So for that purpose I am going to what give share with one video link from you with you. You can get understand those concepts from those video. Okay, so now we'll see the inductive type of distributor. So this is a Hall effect distributor. Now this is a inductive distributor. In case of the inductive distributor, instead of vane, here reluctor is present. This is a rotor which having the edges or peaks are there. Okay, these peaks are equal to number of cylinder present on your engine, in your engine, or number of cap going out through distributor. Similarly here also the number of cutted portion are equal to the number of cylinder. Okay, so these are the peaks, those are the peaks present on the rotor. Okay, this is your rotor cap, here is the needle, this edge is needle. Okay, similar to this. Okay, after that, whenever this reluctor or the peak are coming in front of your sensor assembly, this is your sensor assembly. Inside the sensor assembly, similarly, one soft iron core is there. There is a soft iron around the soft iron core. The winding is there. This winding are having, okay, this is a permanent magnet. Around the winding is rotate wound, and in front of you, in front of it, there is a sensing element present, and this is a permanent magnet around which winding is wound, and this is your old meter, which is directly present inside the ECU only. Okay, so whenever this reluctor or the peak comes in front of the sensing element, the magnetic flux generated this magnet are deflect due to the deflection or the disturbance of the magnetic reluctance change or EMF change. Okay, which calculate or sense by this voltmeter, and with respect to the ECU come to know what exactly condition or what exactly position of piston with respect to the top dead center. Okay, so similarly as ECU, the thing need to be processed inside the ECU. It match with the engine map. Okay, and with that respect our firing timing, that is optimum firing timing, get decided. Okay, in that way it is a working. This is the electronic ignition system. The thing need to be noticed here, in case of the electronic ignition system, only triggering action is electronic. Okay, remaining all thing, that is distribution. Okay, after that, what we can say, advancement is mechanical only. Only triggering or take place electronic way. Okay, so this is your electronic ignition system. Thank you.